Cassandra. This is Christina. This is the video that I was mentioning about. I think you saw in the group and you reached out to me in Messenger. And I apologize, I just now seen your message. Who knew there was a spam section in Messenger? I had no idea. But this is essentially your SEO audit and me offering some suggestions on how to improve your online presence, okay? Now, as we know, any consumer, if they are looking for a product or a service, they go to Google right away and they type in a keyword within the search bar there. And your future client would be typing in transformational coach Pittsburgh, PA, for example. Now, the reason why I have Pittsburgh, PA, I saw that you were in Indiana, so I don't know if you're near Pittsburgh currently, but I'm just gonna go with it just based off an example, right? So whenever we see a location at the end of that, that tells us again that's a local consumer looking for a local business to get service done right away. So they're looking in their local area. So they have that higher buyer intent. And based off of convenience, they're going to be contacting these three companies first within this section here. And this is what we call the Google Map Pack. Now, these companies are going to be getting the most clicks or calls based upon because they're in that top spot there, right? And if consumers don't see you there, they typically won't look any further, right? Because they see those companies, they're going to be reaching out to them, and they have no need to, find another company. Now, what's really important to be listed here is, of course, you are the most visible. Now, the benefits of looking within the Pittsburgh area or any high populated area, and you being in that section there, you are um, focusing on your local consumers. Now, this is something that I advise all companies that I work with, whether they're focusing on marketing nationwide. If they live near a high populated area, I always recommend for them to target their local consumers as well, because they are going to be consumers in those areas that's going to be looking for your type of service, right? So it really enhances your visibility for those local people that are looking for your type of services. So just my recommendation, if you don't have a Google business profile, I would definitely recommend setting one up so you can get in there. But obviously it's totally up to you. If you kind of live in a small town and you just are working from home, right? You don't necessarily need to have a brick and mortar, but if you're hours away from, well, I shouldn't say that because whenever I look up transformational coach, like for example, just a nationwide key term, when I scroll down, I'm going to get life coaches near me. Now, I live about 2 hours away from DC, and I'm getting somebody coming up in my Google Map pack that's 2 hours away. So that's why I recommend setting up a Google business profile so that you can get your visibility within this section here. Because being in that section, again, you do get the most clicks and the most outreach from consumers in that local area. And again, even if it's 2 hours away. So that's just my advice. And then this section here is what we call the organic listings. Now, these are websites that have Google's requirement of 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on their homepage. Really important to have that amount of content as a minimum for a number of reasons. Number one, what drives the content are the keywords. So as we see here, coaching, Pittsburgh, right? Life changing. So anything that kind of is similar to that type of keyword, Google will index the site and consider it like a preferred website. Now, the more content that you have on your homepage, the better, because there's Google bots. They crawl websites 24/7, and the more that you have on your homepage, the longer they'll stay on your site, and you'll get indexed for more keywords. So, for example, in your type of industry, you are focusing on people that have pain points, right? Such as depression, anxiety, and they're searching for those types of keywords like having anxiety going to school or going to work or public speaking. Those are search terms that people, of course, are searching for. And whenever you come up within the search results, they're going to reach out to you, right? So, really important to get in this organic listings to have keywords on your homepage. Now, really important to get within organics, especially within this top section here, because you do get the most visibility. And let me just look here. Well, actually, I forgot. Your site is kind of like in the development stage, so pretty new. So that's why you're not ranking in the organics. And you definitely want to be on the first page because 98% of consumers do not go past the first page when looking for a company to contact, okay? So, taking a look at your website here, overall, I think you have a great website. The one thing I do notice here is that it's not secure. So, somebody that's on a mobile device, they're not going to be able to access your site. And of course, as we know, everybody nowadays uses their mobile device to look at websites or do research or Google searches. So if they find your website URL anywhere, they're not going to be able to access it because when they click on it, they're going to get a not secure message. Okay, so really important. I would definitely fix that like right away. Um, oh, sorry, my phone there. I love your message here. It's simple, but it's straight to the point. So anybody that's feeling alone right away, they resonate with that. So I really like that. And you have content on here, so that is great. The only thing that's missing is what I was mentioning about earlier, the keywords. Now, the reason why I was focusing on like life coaching, transformational coaching, those just have high traffic volume. And even the transformational coach Pittsburgh has high traffic volume. So those would be ones you would want to get on your homepage, right? You want to get keywords that have that high traffic volume, right? Because then you get visible to more eyes, more people can find you. And then also too, you can put pain points in here as well as we see within this section here, right? You could really have them, you want them spread out, but that can be some other keywords you could get onto your site as well. Now, just as just a minor suggestion, just because it seems to change your narrative is kind of redundant, I would maybe just have it as a title and then have the pain point, right? Above or somewhere within each box. And then maybe when they hover over it, that's where you have like a few sentences just giving the consumer some information on that type of program, like what are they going to achieve, or any type of verbiage where you're going to resonate with them. I think would be really helpful. Okay, so that that'll allow them to, oh, okay, well, yeah, let me check that out and click on it. Okay. But overall, yeah, I think you have a great website. You just need to get some keywords on there, and I think that would really help. So taking a look at your website behind the scenes here, as we know, like we said, it is a new website, so that's why you're not getting a lot of data, right? You're not getting any traffic. But let me show you here of having some keywords specific to the Pittsburgh area. Now, this is a code she came up with in the organics, and I think she was in the top for that Google Business Profile too, or that Google Map Pack. As you can see here, she gets about 29 people to her site every month, which isn't bad. Um, and as you can see here, this is what I was talking about. Or these are even Pittsburgh, so that's even better. Um, that these are those keywords we were talking about. High volume, people are searching for that every month. There's no competition. So that means you would be able to get in that top position if you do your SEO correctly pretty easily, pretty quickly. And as you can see here, she's in kind of like the bottom section of the organic page. So if you get in that top position, you can get all these people searching for that type of keyword going to your site. And then, of course, that's when they're going to learn about the different types of pain points that you really focus on. So definitely recommend getting that keyword on your homepage. And I'm not going to kind of go through a lot of these, but as you can see here, some have had traffic, some don't. I tend to focus on the ones, now I know you don't do career coaching, but the ones that have the location, that's what we call that buyer intent keyword, because one, again, you get your local consumers, and then also two, they're easier to rank for versus like a national term, just life coach. It'd be a little bit, not impossible, but it just takes a little bit longer. Okay. Now, this is another company. They came up with the organics, and we're just looking at the life coaching section. As you can see here, look at the amount of traffic. So that is a definite significance from, I think she was about 29, right? About 29. Yep, people going to her site, and they are getting about 100 people going to their site. And the reason for that is that they are in the top position for that life coaching Pittsburgh, right? Those keywords. They're in the top, well, second position, but they're getting more visible, or they're more visible than her. So they're getting more people going to their site that are searching for those keywords. So as you can see the difference there, just because of your position, ranking in that top position there in the top three really enhances the traffic to your site. Now, I want to show you here. This is, I guess she resonates as a coach, but she focuses on transformational coaching, and she, of course, doesn't focus on any local areas, mainly national, right? And we're just looking at the transformational coaching section of her website. Now, as you can see here, look at that. About 500 people going to her site every month just based off of the keywords she has on her site. And it's not a lot, but as you can see here, she's ranking in the top position. Oh, I don't know why that's there, but it's about 450 volume every month, and she's in that top position. So she's getting the majority of those people going to her site. And because she's fairly up, there it is. So 450 people every month. And as you can see here, these are all high volume keywords. They're national keywords. She's still on the first page. So that's why a lot of people are going to her site. So really important to really focus on getting those high volume keywords on your site, and then also too those pain points, right? The depression, the anxiety, addiction, and that'll really help broaden your customer outreach as well. So I just wanted to show you the possibilities of what you could do online, right? Some simple things, just getting the right keywords, like I talked about. Would really help. And as you can see there, 500 people going to her site every month. And of course, they're not going to all end up being clients, but let's just say 20%. That's kind of like the standard closing rate for a company. That's a significant amount of new clients every month. So, again, I just wanted to provide a helpful video. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'd be happy to help. I hope you're having a great day. Take care.